so why are we coming to the USA? There's a number of reasons why. I think, Kiro, you probably might be best positioned to answer this question, seeing as you're already over there now and doing a bit of scoping out for all the Hussla guys. Do you want to explain why we're heading over there?
So, Tom, I think you asked a really good question, why we're coming to America and, why we're expanding the Hussla Squad from Australia to America. And the big answer is basically it's an opportunity of a lifetime. America just legalized sports betting in 2018, and the federal government's given power to the states to legalize sports betting, in their jurisdiction. And we can see, as of 2021, 20 states have already legalized mobile sports betting, and there's a dozen more considering it. So we can see here in the map, states such as Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Illinois, Virginia now. We also got some states in the Midwest basically legalizing it. And the reason why they're legalizing it is, first of all, they're making a ton of money from taxes. There's huge populations. America such as a huge sports culture. They got the college sports. Even us Aussies, like, we're always betting on NFL. We got Tom here. He's got his fantasy on NBA and whatnot. He's betting on that stuff sometimes. It's a huge sports culture. It's NBA, NFL, even baseball, ice hockey. These are sports that I watch worldwide. And it's a no-brainer. It makes sense to legalize sports betting in these states where previously, before this law got passed, people were betting on the black market and finding alternative ways. So it's in the benefit of the state to legalize sports betting and make money off taxes. And it's why we believe sports betting is probably going to end up being legalized across all 50 and plus states eventually. But basically, what this legalization brings is it brings all these sports books to America, who are now trying to compete for for the market share and compete for our interests. So what we saw 10 years ago in Australia when JP and I first started match betting, sports betting was just getting out there in people's faces, because of the advent of mobile apps and the internet was just becoming really popular. We saw all these bookmakers giving out ridiculous offers, like deposit $1,000, get $1,000 free. If you lost that money, they'll give you a reload offer. So they'll say every week deposit $500, you get $500 free. And it was literally like Christmas. And now we're seeing that now in America, and it's just like astonishing. Especially like some of these sportsbooks are offering like $2,000 for free, like on a weekly basis if you're losing money with them. So you can literally just build an income off this. We're not advising you should be doing that. As JP said previously, our aim, the Hussla Squad, is to build a long-term sort of sustainable income source, because that's how you become financially free. But the opportunities there. I'm out here in DC, just looking at the market, and Virginia, Maryland, they've legalized sports betting, and it's just getting started. Especially with the NFL and NBA, there's ridiculous offers. JP and I, we did these offers called first goal score offers, which are in the AFL in Australia, and I'm now seeing that here with NFL, where they say first touchdown. If that happens, then you get your money back on your team. This is just like ridiculous offers that you can make money off through the strategies that we've been implementing, that we teach through the Platinum course. But yeah, long story short, opportunity of a lifetime. Christmas is coming. Literally, it's in a month's time, but also in match in match betting. But I think it's just opportunity of a lifetime. I'm keen for you boys to come over as well to just suss it out. And we've also got some Australian hustlers who are like thinking about doing college in America and doing match betting on the side. I know JP was advising one guy saying that's a really genius idea, and I would do that honestly if I was in that age bracket.
Yeah, once you see once you know how to use the methods, and you can see how much money is being given away by these sports books with these offers, it's like you see it, because we've seen it, as you said, in Australia 7 to 10 years ago, where it was like it is right now. It's just a free-for-all. Like, there's competition. They want to get market share. They want to compete with the other bookmakers because they want you on their customer base as a customer. So they're going to throw out stupid offers to get you to come across. And it's a free-for-all. There's no marketing legislation. Like in Australia now, they can't offer these sign-up offers as an incentive for someone to sign up. That's been illegal now. But in the States, obviously, it's so new. It's just literally do whatever you want. So this is where the opportunity is massive.
It's pretty exciting.
Know how to do it. Yeah.
The thought of that, just having all this knowledge and knowing how to do it now, like being obviously not a pro, but like as good as you can be at match betting, and you get to go back to like square one, bonuses everywhere, promotions everywhere, accounts ready to go. Like, yeah, like that's so sick.
Honestly, man, just give me a green card and I think I'd move you out.
100%.
That's an opportunity lifetime. But it's amazing, and yeah, we're looking forward to it, the launch, and just helping you guys out, and just to generate that money. And it's a really good site.
Yeah, I can't wait to see like some of the people that take like a fish to water and just start absolutely cleaning up, because there's going to be those people that are just that'll think it's like too good to be true, or they'll go through it all, and then we'll get the messages like I've made 10K this month, and this is just crazy. Like, I can't wait for those stories.
Exactly. I think before we go to the testimonials, like you raised a good point there, Tom. Like, the benefit of this is that we help people out, and it's so funny. We get a lot of questions. I think JP probably can best answer this, where people ask like, this is too good to be true. Like, this doesn't even work, or like, I've tried it for a bit and it didn't work out for me. Like, what would you say to those people and those the doubters out there?
I mean, at the end of the day, the majority of the doubters, they don't look into it, and they don't have the patience to look into it, or it's three things. One, patience. They're just, it's too hard, and they're probably too interested in going and doing a parlay or whatever. So there's that side of it. Then there's the other people that are kind of stuck in their own way. So like, it's not wrong, but they'll work 9 to 5 and that's it. They don't see other ways, or they don't want to get more income, which is not wrong, but that's them. And then there's 3 where people are just full on ignorant towards it because it's the taboo word of betting or gambling, which obviously everyone has this mindset of, it's like drugs. All drugs are bad, whatever, all betting's bad. It's all grouped into this one thing. But obviously this isn't gambling. So I think that's the reason. But once people do actually, what I'd say to those people is, hang on, we're not trying to prove that it works. We know it works. And at the end of the day, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. But if you are on the fence, go and just watch one video of a calculator example or some kind of tutorial, and all of a sudden you'll realize that it actually works. And I mean, this is our business. Like, we're making a living out of teaching. So if we're selling a scam, we've got our faces all over it. Like, we're going to get killed eventually because
I was going to say, there's people that not even doubters, like genuine haters. It's like, we're not here to like convince you that it works. Like, we know it works. It's it's well renowned all over the world, wherever there are sports books, that this works. Like, no one, there's no debate here. Like, you can't say that it doesn't work, because it does. But whether or not you can make it work for yourself, or you have the time or the energy, that's
up to you.
Completely different, argument. Yeah. But whether or not match betting techniques work, and the things that we show you how to do work, there's no debate there. You can't debate that. It does work, but again,
spot on.
It just depends on the individual.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's well explained. It is, and this is the thing. I taught this in the first video I ever filmed for Hussla Australia back 18 months ago, mid-2020. It's like, literally, it's up to you. If you want to make this work, you can make a living off it like we have. That's not to suggest that it's easy to do that, or we expect everybody to do that. Just don't want to get the wrong idea on that. Or you can go and make 200 a week, or even 50 a week. Like, the opportunity is up to you. However much on the spectrum you want to make it, it's literally up to you. And this is the beauty of it. You can do it for 4 weeks in a row. You do it every day. You could do it once a year. Like, it's literally in your hands. But once you know it and the skills are in your hands, that's where it becomes flexible. You can just apply it whenever you want. We've got guys who want to live overseas in Europe and still still access the Australian betting agencies and live overseas. And that's obviously through COVID, that hasn't been able to be done yet. But we have probably 5 or 10 people that have mentioned that opportunity of traveling while doing this. And that's the kind of opportunity that it can bring to people's lives. So, going off topic a little bit, but yeah, it works. It's whether you want to make it work, as Tom said.
Exactly. Well, let me just move on to the next slide for the testimonials. Just I think to reiterate, like, a lot of people have asked us, they've watched our free course videos and said, do you have people who can sort of testify that this works, and what sports betting's done to them? I'll just quickly go through these 3 guys that you've probably seen on our website. But Nathan's some guy I knew, from back in the day, sort of a family friend, and one day, similar to how JP and Tom sort of met and started talking about match betting, he had heard about it on the internet, and was keen. We brought him over to the Hussla Squad. He did the course, joined the community, and he just elevated himself and really took on match betting, and he grew a really good sort of sustainable source of income from it, and was making around $1,000 a month, I think. And he ended up taking his girlfriend on a holiday to Thailand because of it, and spoiling her. I think match betting. The beauty of it is that for every person, it sort of helps them achieve their financial goals. Whether it be they want to take their girlfriend, missus out for a holiday, you want to go out and buy an engagement ring if you love her. Want to help out your family. With debt. You want to go buy a house, or put up the deposit. Anything you want to do, any financial goals you have, I think that's the beauty of it. It really helps you achieve them in a quicker way. I know Jono was some guy that worked with JP back in the day, and he was working in this local supermarket, and now he's in the first few days of his joining the Platinum community, he was able to make more than he does at his job in a month, and he's taken on to a new level. And then we got Kudus, who he just wanted to take on as a side hustle and really got into it. You can watch his testimonial video on YouTube or on the website and end up making around $4,000. But yeah, there's just some small stories, and I'll let JP, go through some of more of the other testimonials more in depth of, guys who are doing Hussla and also even doing Trumpy, over with Tom in Australia. Just to show you guys, I think the whole point of this is not to, toot our horns, but just to show you guys what's possible and, help you see that real people have done this. You can even reach out to them if you want, and hear their stories and what's possible in America. I think in America it's even greater the opportunity. But I'll just pass on to JP on the next slide.
Yeah, so I'm just going to run through. I mean, most people probably will get bored by this stage, but we're just going to show you some real life examples. People obviously come from different backgrounds, different situations, and everything is all relative, I guess. But this guy here, Shane, came in, I think, start of 2021, literally January 1 or something. I remember he purchased, and then he's messaged me literally I think this is about 2 months in, and he's made over 25k. He says there, around about 29k. But the thing here that I want to talk about is, as I was talking about situational and relative to your life, this guy was in a huge debt before he came into Hussla, and I think he was a gambler actually. He lost a lot of money gambling, and you can just say here he's paid off 2 credit cards, a personal loan, but he had to take the cash out. So obviously withdrew his capital, so he almost had to reset his funds again, which obviously he built it up, made 30k or whatever, and then took it out, paid his debts, reset. And you can see here he's combining Platinum Hussla with Trumpy's Tips, which he's been doing $150 units with them. I think this was back in March or something of 2021. But yeah, exactly like I've said there, combining the methods together, you can see how powerful it is. And it's really, really nice to see that obviously people are making money, but making money is just a number. It's actually what it's doing. And that frees up his stress. It frees up his relationship with his partner or whatever, because they probably got stress around finances. Now he's able to keep making money without that stress of his debt, his credit card, whatever. So that's something. It comes back to financial freedom, which is what we want to give everyone here, more financial freedom. I don't know if you guys want to add anything to that.
Game changer. I think.
No, it's just the 25k, like you said, he's used it to pay off debts. Other people might use it to, go on holidays or put down a house deposit or, invest that in something else. So yeah, the money can be used for so many different things. And if you don't need to make 25k in the next 3 months, but you do have that holiday planned, you don't have to quit your job. You don't have to do anything different. You put in 5 to 10 hours a week on your weekend or after work, and then you reap the rewards. So that's what it's so great about it. Not only does it provide you more income, but you can do it quite flexibly. It's not something that you have to quit your job or change your lifestyle. You can just do it on the side, and then it allows you to do greater things with your money and with your time.
Exactly. That's, I think, spot on. I think this testimony here, JP, this is the one I really love, just because, especially the one I left, Maxibontz, he's talking about sports promos, and why I really love this is because I know for some of you guys, the language might seem foreign, but match betting, a lot of people associate match betting with just making use of the deposit sign-up offers, but it's much more than that. There's so many promotions that you can use, especially in America, which you can leverage once you've used those sign-up offers, and a big part of that is sports promos. And here, this lad here, he's talking about how in 5 weeks of AFL and rugby, which is the local sports in Australia, he's made nearly 14 grand. And that's ridiculous. And he's not even making use of the sort of strategies that you'll find when you just Google match betting. And this is why we talk about building the community up where we can leverage these different sports promos and eventually change your lives. And it's sort of our mantra, right? You know, build community, change your lives. That's what we try to do, the Hussla Squad. And this guy's just taken, you know, a level further. I think you could talk this other guy called Bill, JP's, I think made 6.3k profit in 5.5 weeks. It's just, I think it's just, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Like, I mean, this guy, I think he messaged me about 2 weeks in to Platinum, and he's like, hey man, I'm struggling like to make money, whatever. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, whatever. I'm just like, just go over the content again. If you have any questions, ask them in the Discord. And then literally 3 weeks later, something must have clicked, and then you get a message like this, and it's like, well, awesome, man. Like, and he actually kept messaging me back and updating me, because he was following Trumpy as well. I'm not sure if there's a testimonial with that in it as well, but I think he was up to like 8k in like 7 weeks or 8 weeks, and it just kept going up. And then this guy actually made a document for the rest of the community in Hussla Platinum and posted it in the Discord. And it helped out so many people. It was something to do with like sign-up offers and updating information around new bookmakers and stuff. And that's the kind of thing that, again, going back to the community, is you're not going to get this by yourself, ever. You can't get this when you're doing it by yourself. And this is why we have the community there, because people like this come in. Maxibontz, he's a very smart guy. From early on, I knew he would be one of the top 5, even top 3. And he actually does some coaching for us now, which is obviously another opportunity that's come from him being involved in this. And that method there that he was doing was ironically something that we spoke about in Platinum, but we didn't actually teach directly. And this is where you can learn or use the kind of thought process that we introduced to you in Module 1, and it's going to be the same in the Platinum Squad of USA. I'm talking about psychology and identifying profitable situations. He's then gone, okay, well, if I apply that to a method, do some testing, as Tom was saying before, like someone might come in and say, does this work? This guy's then gone and said, crap, like this actually works. And look, he's made 14.2k in 5 weeks. That's not his total profit, by the way. That's just for that 5-week period. And like, it kind of, I know he was messaging me back like a couple of months later, and he was kind of like, oh shit, I'm only making like 2k a week now. I'm just like, man, just relax. Like, you're going to get desensitized to money if you're constantly like wanting to make that much money. And that's huge. Like, not everyone's able to get 14k in 5 weeks, but that's what can happen. And we've seen it. Like, there's been periods like we spoke about before, the first goal scorer special, we didn't go into detail. World Cup, like I know you made a lot of cash, all 3 of us actually, through that period. While you're overseas, Tom, Kiro, half the time you're asleep, but just placing the bet to wake up in the morning and you got a huge amount of funds in your account. So, like, again, like if you're in the position and you understand the methods, this is the opportunities that you present yourself with, and you can take advantage of.
Quick question. I think this is just to you, JP, and also to Tom, with Trumpy. How often do you encounter, people who sign up, to Hussla or to even Trumpy, and they say, oh, it's not working for me. But then a couple of weeks later, they just keep applying, and they're consistent with the methods, and they see stuff changing.
I think I'll go real quick here. It's probably directed at JP for sure, but just with Trumpy, because we run a horse tipping service, obviously we promote, the way that we've built the model and the way that we pick our horses is for long-term profits, right? So again, the mindset of most punters is, if I'm betting on a horse, I want the horse to win that race, because if it doesn't win that race, then I'm not going to make profit, right? So when people come into our system, we have to advise them and really, kind of change their mindset in the sense that we can't tip every single winner. Not every tip that we're going to tip is going to win, and not every day we're going to make profit. But, every month we will be making profit, because the way that we tip is, high volume of tips through our system. Over time, we'll make you profit. So it's not so much people doubting that it works. It's just more that they have to have, because some people come in, make 20 units profit day one, and are convinced we're geniuses, and which is not true. And then there are other people that come in day one and lose 5 units, and then they're like, oh, this is just the same as every other service. But I think it's more the people that hang around for 1, 2, 3 months, and then, by the end of the 3 months, they might remember those days that we had bad days or those tips that were shit. But in the long run, they're like, yeah, lucky I stuck around for 3 months, because, we're averaging 35 units profit a month, and, that's 105 units in my pocket that I probably wouldn't have had if I jumped off after day one or week one. So that's probably more the feedback we get. I'm glad I stuck around. It's good to stick fat, but with regards to, no one really doubts if it works or not, but that's probably more something JP can speak to with regards to Hussla.
Well, I would potentially, I agree with everything you said, apart from sometimes people actually don't think it works because they don't have the patience to do it. So I know somebody messaged me recently and said, hey man, this doesn't work. And I'm just like, well, hang on, like we've got 250 people doing this. It works. Like, do you want help? Like, do you want to ask a question? Are you frustrated because something else has happened? Have you been losing money gambling, whatever? So I think those people who think, even your service, like, for example, they might get their first day -5 units. In the whole scheme of things, that's nothing. But it goes back to that long-term thinking versus short-term thinker of, okay, well, hang on, I want this to work right now, tomorrow, instead of, okay, hang on, I'm going to learn these methods. It's not going to take 2 seconds to learn them. I have to actually put the work in. It's not going to be done by itself. You actually have to learn it yourself. We can put this to you on a platter, but unless you learn it, you're not going to win. And you're not going to learn the method. So it's like the old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. It's exactly the same thing. And anyone who doesn't make it work, I don't like to say it's their fault, but in reality, like, it's not a matter of it doesn't work. It's whether you make it work and whether you want to make it work. And if you truly want it to work, it'll work. As you can see, people have said, okay, hey man, this doesn't work. And I say, hey, just go back and try this. And then bang, 3 weeks later, 6K profit. It's like, okay, it works.
Exactly.
And it's like the switch flicked, or the light bulb moment. And then from there, they start making money.
It's like this testimonial right now on the screen. Like this bloke here, so, he's 30 hours into platinum and he's now chilling. And the comment that really stood out here is, he said, I just want to say thanks. These videos are mint. Anything I'm not sure about, to answer the next video or later. And props to you for the time and effort. So I think what the whole point that comes out of that is, patience and just consistency and persevering. The way the course is designed and set up, especially in platinum, is that everything builds upon each other. So that's why we really talk a lot about psychology and money management and like how to approach betting from a hustler sort of way. And the guy on the right talks about that as well. And that sort of sets you up to learn the strategies and to build up that patience, because at the end of the day, we're not here to get rich quickly. We're here to build, long-term stream of consistent income so that you guys can become more financially free. We're living in hyperinflationary periods. Everyone knows everything's getting more expensive, so we need to, make more, additional sources of income. So I think in that regards, we're sort of coming at the right time in America.
The other great thing, just real quickly, Kira, about those testimonials, and I mean, we have some of them in our service as well, but I think the thing that stands out for these the most is that the way that we've built our communities, and obviously I'm talking about Trumpy here, but this happens in Hussla Australia for sure, and I have no doubt it will happen in Hussla USA, is that because we have these communities and these, like, we're very present and available to, like, the people that are part of these communities. These are just like DM, like personal messages that, that we're speaking to these people. These aren't in chats where, they've been asked for testimonials or tell us your good stories. Like, these are just day-to-day conversations that we have with, well, me personally, I have them with my subscribers, and you guys have them with the people that buy the course. And that's like something that I just want to make like really clear, is like people that are watching this that have just learned, Hussla USA, and they're really keen to get involved. Like, ask us questions, send us DMs. Like, that's what we're here for. That's what we love helping people out. So yeah, all these testimonials are just people sending us messages, asking questions, asking for help. And then they get to these parts where it's like, thank you for all the help. Thank you for all the money. So like, that's just like a little shout out. Like, ask questions. Nothing's too dumb. We're always available. We'll send you a voice message. We'll get on a call with you. That's, that's what we're here to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think like, that's the thing as well, that I think, I don't want to, again, pump our tires up, but the reason why we have been so successful is because there is a huge personal touch to our service or our community. Like you said, it's not a public chat. That's a one-on-one message for free that people have asked, will answer it. And especially like we have this thing, like if you want to learn, we will help you. And we get messages on our Instagram all the time. We don't reply with a standard template. It's a voice recording. It's 5 minutes sometimes. We might send a voice recording personalized to you. Especially at the start when we're trying to get, I guess, not trust, but like at least show people that we give a shit and we care about you and we want you to win. If you ask and you want help, you'll get this like a proper answer. Now that we're much bigger, it's impossible to have one-on-one to everyone. Like, it's literally impossible. We're too big. We have over 4,000 people now in the Hussla free course, and then over 250 in Platinum. But in the States, that's going to be on a much bigger scale. So I guess if you get in quick at the start, you'll get the most help. I'm not saying you're not going to get any later on, but it will be a more community thing as it grows. And I guess us not being able to get to one-on-one will be compensated by the fact that there's thousands of other people in the Discord, and you ask a question in there, someone else might reply instantly. So they do their job for us, and that's what the community aspect
Exactly.
as well. So I guess it goes
exactly.
together.
I think the whole point of the community now is, again, a mantra is build the community, change lives. And why we're so focused on building that community is because the more people involved in match betting, the more you sort of understand the strategies, and you tailor them and you build upon the strategies, and you based on the promos that we're getting, you might figure out a new way to leverage that and make it the better plus EV. Some of this terminology I'm saying might seem foreign to you, but you get to know it through the courses. But the whole point of building that community is that somebody learns it, as JP said previously, and they might build up a new method and share that with the community on Discord, and that helps the people continue to make more money off the sports books. And other than that, we're always trying to stay under the radar. We're always trying to enhance our methods and strategies, just because, as this guy says on the testimonial, like, the bookies would love to shut us down, but they can't if we're always evolving and being very smart and unique with the way we're applying our strategies and methods to make money. So I think that's really key. It's why the Hussla Squad has been so successful in Australia, and why we believe we'll be even more successful in America as the community grows and builds up.
The community is also great in a sense that instead of just sitting here watching three Aussie guys tell you that you can do match betting and make money, you sit in a community with, even if you're not new to the party, you might be watching this, 6 months after we launch, and then you jump into the Discord and you can see, 200, 300, 400 people all talking about the same things, all making money, all vouching for it. That's going to build your confidence in, even just placing your first bet or understanding that these methods work, because it's not three guys at a computer screen telling you that it works, even though you've listened to 20 minutes of JP, going through all the modules. It's, there's 400, 500 people that are doing this, and, that builds more legitimacy. It gives, the people placing bets more confidence, and that's also another massive positive of being part of that community.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, spot on. It just all adds up, and it's impossible to explain that to someone from the outside unless you're in it. It's just power of association. You cannot put a price on it. If you surround yourself with bad people or people who aren't going to challenge you, you're not going to get anywhere. Opposite, surround yourself with good people and people who want to grow, and you'll start growing as well and learning. So that's how it works.
Yeah, look, as I touched on before, obviously the community aspect of all of this is, huge. And maybe, JP, you can just quickly outline, I know people have gone through the modules now and listened to us talk a bit about ourselves, but maybe you can just touch on how people can get involved, or how they can contact us, or how they can learn more.
If you've got to this point, obviously you probably would have watched the previous video, which was the Where to Next video, and I guess you should have already seen this. But if you haven't, first things first, what I would do is go follow us on Instagram. We obviously always put out content on there. We have highlights on our bottom of our bio where you can learn about like frequently asked questions, Q&A, etc., or any other content that we think is relevant. That's stored there. Obviously posts and stuff. You can see testimonials, etc., that are updated. The big one is probably to jump into the Discord, and everything is linked in the description below. So make sure you go and click that. And then obviously you should have already done the free course videos. If you haven't signed up and done those, there are 6 of them. There may be more if we added to them, but at this point in time, there will be 6 prior to this one. But there's also the ebook. So if you don't want to watch videos, you can obviously read them. Personally, I like to watch and see things work, but other people might like to read. So we've got a 50-page ebook that's been put together by Kiro, which explains exactly what's in the videos. And the big one is you can also book a call with us. So you can do that via the website. It is free.
Yeah, it's free. We'll give them a 15-minute call.
Free. So yeah, you can ask us questions, talk about whatever, ask us how it's going to work for you according to your bankroll. We're not financial advisors, but we will give you general advice. And then obviously, if you do want to take it to the next level and you're someone who wants to make a more consistent income, Platinum Squad is where it's at. If you don't know what the Platinum Squad is, I'll give you a quick 30 seconds on what that is. Essentially, it is a more advanced style community. As we said before, you can go and do this on your own. And if you've watched a sustainability video, you'll notice that, okay, if you do this, you can get banned very quickly if you don't know what you're doing. And once your accounts do get promo banned, that's it. You can't make money. So you can either be a short-term person and think, okay, as much money as possible in the short term, don't give a shit about what's happening in the long term. Go and do it by yourself. Welcome to do that. Or if you want to think more longer term, we've obviously made all the mistakes in the book. We provide every single method that you will be able to do, which doesn't just involve sign-up offers. Obviously, when you sign up to a bookmaker, you get the offer, but after that, that's it. Like, what are you going to do next? You can't make any money. So you might make a couple of thousand and then it's all over. As well as that, obviously, sustainability defense, staying under the bookie's radar. And then there's a more, I guess, exclusive community with the Platinum Squad, more, I guess, advanced questions, more support from us, potentially like a weekly Zoom call as well. I think we're looking at doing that, something like this, where we can have people come on and get personal and like actually just ask us questions straight to our face. What else is in there? So that'll be like 30 or so videos. Really advanced stuff. Like, obviously this is very basic what we teach in the free course, and there's much more to it than just that. So I don't know if anyone else wants to add anything.
Well, the free course is essentially teaching people how to make money from those bonuses. And as we know here in Australia, obviously the bonuses are quite finite. But what we've done really well in like platinum, especially in Oz, is teaching people how to make sustainable income that doesn't require those bonuses that do run out, and they are finite. So it's all good and well to watch these videos and then, oh, great, I'm going to be able to get $10,000 worth of risk-free bets. So, I'll be able to convert them at 65% and I'm going to be able to make, 6.5K. And that's great. And, we want people to be doing that. That's what it's here for. But that's where it stops for those people. And, for those people that want to take it more seriously or make, 3,000 or 4,000 a month as opposed to $6,000 in 1 month and never again, that's what Platinum's for.
Yeah, 100%. It's an ongoing income rather than a quick fix.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was about to say.
And I know maybe like 5 years ago, 7 years ago, before I got into this, I probably would have been one of the ones that just did it on my own. Too much ego to go pay or to go learn from someone else. Think I am a hero, I'll do it myself, and then learn the hard way, get my accounts banned, and then I can't do it anymore. So I guess this is where, if you're hearing that and you're someone who's like that, if you shift your mindset to the long term, maybe you might think about, hey, maybe I'll make 6K now, but you might be able to make 50K over the next 4 years doing it the long way. And I know where I would rather be. I've made the errors, and I wish I could go back in time on some of the things that I've done, but that's got me to where I am now. And the way I think now is because I've made those mistakes. So up to you guys, I guess, what you want to do from here. We'll never force anyone. That's the thing. We absolutely hate, and I know it's going to sound cliche, but we'll never chase anyone to buy. We'll never force you. At the end of the day, it works. And those who want to take it next level, you'll see it in the testimonials. Obviously, you've watched in the last 10, 20 minutes of this video. That's the type of stuff
exactly.
that you get.
If you want to be a hustler, it's up to you. Huh?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, so obviously you've made it through now to the end of the video. We appreciate your time and, putting in and giving us your time to go through this. As you can see, all the links are here. You can see the button that's popping up there for our YouTube. We will do weekly videos for YouTube. So if you've got questions about this video or you want questions to be answered in the future, put them in the comments below. Any one of us will be able to help us out. We're all good mates here, and we want as many people part of this community as possible. We're always going to be available to answer the questions. So jump on the Instagram, jump on the YouTube, keep asking questions. That's how you're going to learn. That's how you're going to get better. And if you need anything else from us ever, please feel free to reach out. I'm looking forward to getting over to the US. I know, Kira, you're there now. JP, maybe heading over in the near future, but it should be good to see you lads over there, and I'm looking forward to what's to come.
Hustlers out.
I'm already there in spirit, so
See you later,
guys. So the states are now legalizing mobile sports betting, slowly by slow, cut that out, one by one. And you can see that now in the map, 20 states. Oh, this guy, man. What are you laughing for, you?
No,
Alright, let me start again.
Kiro's video has been disabled due to internet quality issues.
Now or before?
Is that you Kiro, or what?
No, that's your incident. I can see Kira fine.
So why Kiro's thing being disabled, not mine?
Because you're sheep.
Enables you to.
Why don't you just quickly record now at the end? Just say, last but not least, just don't forget to subscribe, and we'll get the button to come up. You should get the Nadia to do that. Yeah.
We'll make it funny, like, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel or something. Like, make it stupid. Like, one of you guys do that, because I'm just actually acting.
Acting? No, well, how do you want me to wrap it up? I'll wrap it up. And
Nah, like, you know how people are like, oi, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, you fucking idiot. Like, or something like that. Like, there's a guy, hey, follow me, dickhead.
No, say
none of our
mate.
video has
Say mate.
done that.
Say
We're not doing that.